Oi, oi, how you doing? Today is Sunday, the 20th of December 2020. This is episode number 38 of me trading the UK horse races just like they would be financial markets. It being a Sunday, there may be, I'm going to have to play this by ear because I've just had a look at the gaps between the races. They might not be conducive to doing a full video today because the gaps might be too long, but let's see how it goes. So let's get right into it. But again, firstly, before doing that, just thank you for the new subscribers I've had on YouTube. Appreciate that. But let's have a look at what we can see here. So we've got the favourite here at twos, second favourite also at twos. So we've seen this drift coming into resistance now of its previous highs. So potentially a break of that, or could anticipate a bounce. This pullback here could be it gearing up to make some new highs. Second favourite here looks like it's creeping in, although the overall tendency of this move here is bullish. Just looking at how it's coming into these previous lows here to find support, a break of that lower might be of interest, especially if that coincides with a break higher on this. Only 12 minutes to off, 85 grand match, good quality, nice tight book. All right, let's see what we can structure around this. And again, streaming it every day on Twitch. It's just Mr. Exchange Trader, and then uploaded same day to YouTube as well. Okay. As always, not trying to jump in just haphazardly. Just want to get a heartbeat for what's going on first of all. Oh, okay. That looks like it's broken its support. Or has it just gone into it? 2.5. So 2.5 break on this would be of interest. If this breaks lower, I think it's already done it. Shit, might be late. Okay, I'm going to try and build a position here. And taking on slightly more risks than when I started out. Still using £5 stakes or multiples of £5. But yeah, just gradually trying to increase risk so that profits compound. Oh, I was right on that, but got out a bit too early. So I'm just going to try and re-enter again. This still holds true in terms of what I'm expecting. It punching new lows past that 2.5. Hopefully finding that as resistance. Just don't want to be too gung-ho though. Let's see. So got some £15 skin in a game. Just going to put some outside the money here. So £30, potentially £40 a net position. Okay, so it has found support at that level, 2.5. It has punched partially lower. I'm anticipating this is a pullback now rather than a reversal. This going into its highs, particularly if that breaks higher and moves much higher, that could help this position. But I am holding a losing position at the moment. Let's see how I can manage that. Just got to listen to what's going on. So it's £40 net. So that's 10, 20, 25. Okay. So see this here, this pullback. I started to roll over, which doesn't really help my position, but there's still good reason to hold tight on this to the short side, at least for now. You can see this is pulled back but started to roll over and potentially attacking these lows again, which is what we want to see. So getting filled on some of these. Okay, still got £25 to lay off. This is a corner of my eye that looks like it was drifting. Okay. Still drifting, so can at least hold on for a little bit longer. So definitely got a bit more wiggle room on the break even on this now, but at the same time don't want to see profits evaporate, so just listen to what the market's telling me. Okay, just seeing this move in sharply, so just revising my profits there, not to be too greedy. Yeah, okay, good start to the day. 7 minutes and a half to go, 81p profit, which for these stakes is a nice return. But yeah, good start, but you know, don't want to be it's just got to remain pragmatic, because I have started previous Saturdays and Sundays off on a good start and giving it back, but on to the next one now. So 22 minutes to the off. And if you are watching this back on YouTube, do feel free to follow. It's been 30, I always forget how many bloody days it's been. 38 days now, continuous, or more or less. I think there's 2 days where I haven't traded, but 38 days almost straight of trading the markets here for at least a couple of hours a day on Twitch. So this is breaking threes by the look of it. Not quite actually, but this is interesting. Yes, it has actually. So this is interesting to short as it potentially pierces through freeze, piercing this support. This here has pierced its resistance, which helps this story because this they're inverse of each other. This is moving up, this is moving down. So trying to build a position this to get short on it. Got a little got 10p matched on that, so at least I know I'm at the front of the queue, but ideally would want a little bit more skin in the game than that. But you can see here I'm being a bit more aggressive with my entries, just because I've got, you know, good amount of you know, trading history if you want, or you know, 30 odd days of trading at lower stakes to start with lower than even 5, so £2 stakes. So yeah, it's time to, you know, build on that, like level up. My main objectives initially was just to keep to those low stakes and not let anything go in running. So now the focus is more improving profitability, but without being silly about it. So these still are holding true. Certainly if that breaks 3.5, that might be interesting to get long on if I can't get a short position on this. But you can see this is just holding up at its new high, 3.5, but a pierce higher than that would be of interest to go long on. We'll have to see how that goes. It's still just got, oh actually no, I've got £10. Oh my god, pay attention. Pay attention. £10 and 10p in this. So okay, yep, both of those got taken out. Could have probably eked a bit more profit out of that, but yeah, right in the direction on this, but just would have liked a bit more skin in the game. Let's see if it's going to pull back. So as it moves, price moves, it will tend to extend and then pull back and then break its in downtrend anyway, break its previous lows to make another, some people refer to it as an impulse move. But yeah, generally it's not going to move in one straight line. It will kind of extend and then take a breather, so pull back or correct or retrace, various names for it. So yeah, so anticipating there could be a bit of a pullback, which is why I've left these in here. Definitely got position on this one, and have made some green on it. So 18 minutes still left, so there's a decent amount of time, decent amount of money matched as well. Oh hang on, this is broken 3.5, has it? Yeah, All right. So seeing this break its resistance and this, you know, still continues to be bearish. Just trying to play these two off of each other. So I'm anticipating that the 3.5 could act as support now as this moves higher. So because I'm flat on this, although I've got some positions in there, you know, this seems the more viable to get matched on at a preferable price, which is why I've put these orders in here. Now if this gets matched, I may or may not cancel these ones. Just have to play it by ear. Obviously having two positions open at the same time doubles the risk, especially if I'm betting on the same direction that, you know, I'm anticipating that'll go in, and halves my concentration. So not always the best formula there, doubling your risk and halving your concentration. But let's just see what happens. So still waiting to get filled on this, and 3.5 is my reference point here. Nearing the front of the queue on this now. I have to be careful to, you know, just make, although, you know, it's still quite bullish, it could just be finding resistance and remain flat there for a long time. So yeah, caveat emptor, what is it? Caveat emptor, buyer beware. Fucking Latin, who needs Latin? Buyer beware. But yeah, know the risks. So if anything goes wrong, can't say didn't know. Just going to close those ones out. Just so I'm getting filled on this one. Going to put a closing position in there. So I've got £20 matched. It's flattening out slightly. So 3.5 still holding as resistance. It's just dipped a little bit lower. So I've got £40 net position now. So I need to manage that. Oh, hang on. And just as I was saying, holding two positions now. So I've doubled my risk and half my attention. So 15 on this, 40 on this. So let's see. How I can manage this. So this still, the context is still looks like a pullback rather than reversal, but you know, anything can happen. So I just need to be wary of that. And again, same here. It's come into its support, and it is, you know, potentially reversing. So 10, 20. So two positions. How long have I got? 13 minutes. Right at the back of the queue on this one. So what's happening? So this is coming back. This is coming into its previous highs here, and you know, these kinds of levels here, here, here. It's coming back, pulling back, and it's finding support. Which is, you know, why I'm not panicking too much yet, because it could just be finding support to attack those highs again. But yeah, just need to keep wits about me. So this one's got netted out, looks by looks of it. Okay, so I'm safe on that one. So my focus is 100% on this one now. Let's consolidate in there. So 11 minutes 50 to go. Still happy to hold, still willing to hold out for a position here. Should we see some support continue here and a price move up, but I have to be wary. This is breaking threes now to potentially push higher, which could see this move in. So got drifts on this as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a waiting game now. 10 minutes and a half till the off. Looks like threes could be holding as resistance there. Same as 3 point, whatever this is, 3.3. 3.3 is holding as support here. So yeah, I'm still holding out. It's breaking its support now. And that's breaking its resistance potentially. No, not yet. Ooh, 9 minutes 40. Of course, at this point, there's always the option of just dumping a position, you know, taking a loss and looking to, you know, just put that money to use in a potential other position, or, you know, looking to just move on. But I still feel there's good reason to hold this. This is still coming in. Good technical reasons. It's not just, oh, I feel it's going to return, I hope it's going to return, or, you know, bounce back and go in my favor. If I was thinking that way, then yeah, I really shouldn't be really shouldn't be doing this. But I feel there's good technical reasons that this could you know, pull back into its resistance. A good probability of it, at least. But it's just a waiting game to see if that materializes, and of course got to be ready to take the loss if needs be as well. This is pushing in, so it's broken that support, which is promising for this, but still haven't seen any substantial, you know, moves up, substantial bullishness on this. The other ones here seem to be a bit more bullish, which is probably correlating to this coming in. So this one definitely is coming to its highs of 4.5, just about to break it. So this could see, you know, moves much higher as it's doing now. Okay. Right. pull these down. Seeing that move up, this could be nasty. Let's just take out some of this position. Yeah, this is breaking new lows. Let's get clearly wrong. This could be a nasty one. Maybe a bit too gung-ho on the entries there. Let me just get out of this. It's going to be a nasty loss, but hey, warts and all, you've got to take them sometimes. Dumping the position now, really, just because, you know, that is a nasty loss, but it's not. It's important to put things into perspective. That is, you know, £7 40. It's about, you know, typical 2 days, you know, profit or so. But hey, at the moment, my next kind of objective is to be just a bit more aggressive on the entries. So that's one of the beauties of working with still relatively small stakes. Can just learn from those, learn from that experience. I mean, there's still opportunity here if I wanted to trade this, but just a little bit too close to the off there. But I think definitely might need to just slow down the pace a bit in terms of the entries. But yeah, got to keep up. Got to build on what I've already done as well, which my objective is to, you know, have bigger positions. But yeah, carrying a loss. Good start. Second one was a loss, but can't let that you know, fog my judgment too much. So let's have a look at what next one here. Got 20 minutes to the off. Threes, second favorite, sixes. So we've got this slightly drifting coming into its highs, which is gonna say it's probably about 3.8, 3.9 is its highs. So breaks of that, breaks higher on nines could be of interest. This one here, it's going to let us materialize a bit. The liquidity is not great on this either, nor is the tightness of the book. It's 103, so there's a lot of vig in this, which you know, I'd like to see that closer to 100%, say under 102%. Just looking off screen quickly here, so bear with me. Right. So, and this can be the tricky one as well, because I mean, liquidity is okay on it. It needs to be better, really. 20 grand, 18 minutes to map to go. One of the things that might just be not looking at things, you know, objectively, pragmatically, is, oh, you know, made a loss in the last one, got to make it up in the next one, or, you know, overtrade in that other one, in that last one. Whereas really, you know, it's just got to take a step back and look at the big picture, and look for the conditions that I can trade well in. And at the moment, this one here, I mean, Favorite here looks okay in terms of, you know, amount of money. It's not great. Second favorite, it's a bit thin, as are the others. So just got to be careful to check myself. But yeah, got to respect the market. I think maybe, and that last one was maybe a bit too, and the first one maybe a bit too disrespectful, to too many positions at the same time. But it's what I'm testing for at the moment. Just more aggressive positions, more profitable ones. But I've got to be ready to dial back if needs be. But this one here, so what's my reference point here? 6, I think that's 6s. Yeah, okay, so 6 is a support. Certainly has come into 6s. If that breaks that 3.9, this is likely to break 6s as well and move lower. So potentially looking for shorts on this or going long on this. Gaps in the market are never a good sign. See, it's been filled, but you know, it's quite thin. But yeah, as always, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. It's a winning formula. Has that broken that resistance? Let's have a look. I think it has. What did I say that was? 3.9? No. Okay, it's at its resistance, I think. It's edging higher. 15.5 minutes, 20 grand. I am tempted to go long on this, but it's just these gaps and lack of liquidity that could cause a problem. And this hasn't bust through 6s as of yet. So it's just got to hold tight a little bit longer just to see. Oh, that has gone through 6s. Oh shit, missed that. All right. I misread that had gone through 6s, so definitely wanted to be short on that, but missed it. So see if I can get long on this. I'll leave those in just in case. Again, going slightly more aggressive, but just need to try to stay remain respectful here, because yeah, the market's pretty unforgiving, as you've seen, if you just do things that are too rash. So getting filled on this, so I'm going to cancel this one here, so I'm not splitting my attention like I was last time. What am I at? 30 net position. It's persisting lower. I'm gonna take on that risk. Maybe just if the market lets me one less. Take my net stake up to £45. So got filled in all the positions, falling away, still reasonably thin. 12 minutes, 13 minutes or so to the off. Pulling back. $10.20. Still more or less maintaining price structure. It's finding going into these lows now to potentially find support. And what I wouldn't want is for it to break those, break those lows and reverse on me. But I shall maintain this position for now. This bearishness has continued. This is looking quite bullish, which might not help me, but what is highs? 3.95. Yeah, I might just pay a bit more defense now. So, what's that? 35. Could be rolling over on this, so this support might not be holding, but I'm basically using the bearishness on this as the reason to maintain here, and that it's holding that support, at least for now. Okay, so profited on that one, held out, it's gone back into its resistance. Not too sure whether it's going to break to make new highs, but at least it, I framed that so that I was getting my exits out at resistance, what I deemed was, these previous highs. So, it's very probable that it will, it's actually broken, but it's where I positioned those exits was where there was a very probable chance that it would at least go into resistance. It breaking, although it has done, was a possibility, but not as likely as it just going into resistance. So that's how I framed that one. So next, oh shit, did I green up on that? Let me just go back and see. Yes, I did. I do want to green up, so that green up, in case anyone actually doesn't know what I mean by that, it's just spreading the profit across all the outcomes, so that no matter what comes in, make a profit. And the opposite of that is redding up, where you divide the loss over all possible outcomes. So 23 minutes to go, 23 minutes 50 seconds to go. Tight book on this. 32 grand match is pretty good for this far out. Good enough, I should say. So we've got a favourite that's been steaming in, coming to its lows here, and it's found support, or it's at least bounced off of threes, it looks like. So break of 3 might be of interest, but also you can see in this recent price movement where it's consolidated here, it's testing those highs there. It's going back into, which is about 3.35, I'm guessing. That's high here. So a break of this 3.35 might be of interest to go long, but I need to be aware that I'm bucking the trend there, because overall that is quite bearish. Second favorite here, consolidated, been quite a bearish move here, and it's coming into its lows to find support, which is just above 6s, so 6 point. Okay, so it's just dipped below it. So my thinking at the moment is potentially short this, potentially go long on this one, maybe a break of 7s might be of interest to go long. This one's a bit thin, but you know, obviously bullish on that. That has broken 3.35. Okay. Let me just see. All right. So because this seems to be breaking higher, this also looks to be breaking lower. Might have missed the boat on this one, but I'm going to put some positions in, see if those get filled first. Okay, so those have got filled, so I'm going to cancel these just so I don't you know, learn from my mistakes, and so that I do learn from my mistakes and not split my attention. That could be rolling though. I favour the bearishness on this rather than the bullishness on this, but hey. Oh no, I don't want to do that. What are you doing? Put it there. So let's see if we can get some skin in the game on this one. More skin in the game, I should say. Yeah, I don't like how that's. I mean, it is testing those highs, but it's, you know, potentially rolling over, which I do not like. Let's see. Hmm. 20 minutes off. Still got a lot of time to work with here, but yeah, it's breaking 6s, isn't it? Just gonna see this go up. Let's just take the tick. I've got position on that now, so if the market lets me, I'll take the tick on that, but also just looking at other opportunities here. £89 needs to be matched in that queue before, or estimated £89 needs to be matched before I'm matched here. So I'm looking to add to the position, but also exit it. So I've got partial exit in for this £10, but also looking to add to it, possibly for a break. It depends on how, you know, aggressively it moves, but certainly a tick. Just not as convinced that it's going to break that resistance. So I've got a full fill on that now. £25 net stake. It's not convincingly moved higher, has it? Alright, I'm going to play defense. So I'm just going to drag this down just to try and take a tick. I'll take that out. I'm just wary of how this isn't really punching for new highs. It's just sitting at its resistance. I mean, there's there's a decent chance it could punch higher, but you know, I've got to listen to what what the price is doing. So if the market lets me here, I'll get out for you know, whatever this is, a couple of ticks. It might not even let me do that. So mm, 16 minutes 40. Still got £5 to lay off here. Okay. Or to back off, I should say. Front of the queue on this one. See if we can get matched. So it has broken new highs, but the dynamics of that, the price action there has just changed. So I've got to adapt to what I'm seeing. So let's just have a rethink on what we can do here. I'll try position myself on this one because it has broken sevens, and this has this one's still showing signs of bearishness but not breaking that. It's really strong support there. I'm going to see if I can get on the back of this though. So I made a little bit of green on that. Again, got to just keep myself in check because these are higher odds as well. So obviously the each tick is going to be worth a lot more risk. So you know, got to just calm it down maybe with the position sizes. But you know, at the moment it still warrants, you know, the amount of risk can't be too timid, can't be too aggressive at the same time. So trying to get filled on this near front of the queue by the looks of it. We see this, you know, ideally come in. This was showing some signs of bearishness, but at least even if this stays at resistance, there's still scope to steal, you know, a tick or two. $14 minutes. So net £15. Still waiting for £5 to be filled here. Just lighten that a bit. So nearing the front to get flat on this, so £10 needs to be matched before I'm filled, and still simultaneously trying to get filled for a bigger position, so I can potentially steal another tick, or if there is some bigger movement, capture that. So it's £5 left to lay off, to back off. Not sure what the phrasing is there. Back off, to back in. I don't know. This is definitely starting to show more signs of bearishness. The way it's kind of hit that resistance and starting to potentially roll over. It's a bit nuanced because of this chart, but you know, it's looks like it's in some flat on this now. Still have these in, so I'm jeopardizing my profit here, but I think there's still good scope. You know, got good position, and there's good scope for at least to stay at resistance or potentially punch higher. So for that reason, I will attempt to, you know, I'll maintain that risk. And if it gets filled relatively soon, there's good position on this. There's only £17 here, so I'll just put in a closing order quick after it. But you know, so again, jeopardizing some of that profit that I had, but with good reason. It's just at resistance, decent Q position. This looks like it's pulling in. Could see this get filled. Just ready to drag it down. Yeah, look, right at the front of that queue and didn't get filled. But c'est la vie. The market will do what it wants to do. It will do what it wants to do. There's nothing I can do about that other than manage my my risk and my positions accordingly. So I do feel it could punch, you know, back up into that, but just got to play more of a defensive game. And if you are on Twitch, feel free to follow me here. Also on uploading to YouTube every day after. You can see my progress over the almost 39 days straight now. So you can see all the playlist of previous trades there. But got out of that pretty, you know, unscathed. Made some green. I think I made, yeah, so I made some on this, made some on this. So just net that across. So next. Still obviously down on the day as well after that big loss, but you know, it's the way she goes. I mean, each of these positions that I am, the profits that I'm making, if you look at the earlier videos, these, you know, it's scaling quite well, because my main thing is just to I'm tossing up whether just to add more money to it or just let the account grow organically. But I'm working with the idea of just doing organic growth at the moment, and you know, just increasing the position sizes rather than adding more money to it. But you know, the profit per a race is definitely going up, which is good signs. So we've got a favorite here at 2s, steamed in, and one of the things that I found useful now is just paying more attention to the advanced charts. There are limitations of the static charts, you know, whereas before I was looking at this and saying, you know, it's not logarithmic, can't read it, but certainly using the advanced charts I can at least get a read on what the lows have been. So that's very helpful. It's actually one of the viewers on YouTube that mentioned that, so that's appreciated. So we got the favorite here coming in, we got the second favorite drifting. These look like they could be inversely correlated. In fact, this looks like it's driving everything. So this coming in, this very strong steam in, if you look at all of these are all moving out. This is drifting, this is drifting, this is drifting. So there's a pretty strong inverse correlation at the moment between this coming in and the others moving out. So in terms of a reference point for an entry, a break of this resistance might be of interest. So that is 7.4, I'm guessing. So break higher than 7.4 might be interest to go long. This has persisted with breaking new lows, so it's a bit harder to find an entry point now. Maybe a pull back to this 2.88 level, so pulling back to get short on again. Cool. Okay, let me try this. I'll put these outside the money. So what I'm saying by this is I feel that that well, it's gone now, but 2.8 could be this. It's really hard to see in this chart because it's moved so much, but it could come back into that to find resistance. So I've put some things outside of the money. Oh, missed this one. 7.2. It's very thin though. What's the well, I should have checked that. The volume on this is only 21 grand. Alright, let me take those out. Yeah, volume on this is, I mean, it's moving, it's breaking, but it's very thin money that it's moving on. So, you know, all it will take is a big order for that to collapse and just move against you. But that said, let me just see if I can see some reference points for entry here. 7.4. All right. So what I'm saying by this is I'm anticipating a continued drift. This is coming in. It's a bit hard to see the nuances in the most recent price action, but it has persisted to come in, which is causing all of these to drift. Just had a reorder there. So I've put kind of an out of the money order here to see if I can get matched at 7.2. Seeing some sharp moves down in that. Could of course just get in at on a touch, but unfortunately that doesn't offer great value for money with current things that are happening here. So I'll just maintain with an out of the money order. Alexa, bedroom 100%. Just having a few problems with Twitch, I think, at the moment, so apologies if stream's broken for you there. But let's see. So still waiting to see if we can get a feel on this. 19 minutes to go. Oh, sorry about that. So still very much a waiting game. I mean, this hasn't persisted with new highs, but it is, you know, it's gradual. I mean, you'd still be bullish on this, right? Because the lows are getting higher, the highs are eking higher, but it's not as clear cut as you'd want it to be, or as I'd want it to be. So. Some 4. Okay, I'm gonna. This is a bit experimental, but hey. So this here, I'm seeing that. I say it's experimental because I'm using. I haven't got clarity on this chart, but I'm using the the advanced chart to try and get a reading of where there could be resistance. So 7.4, which is where I've put this, is where it could pull back. You can see the prices matched. Well, they're matching here. So it's anticipating that we could see some pullback into that, and that bearishness will continue. But I must admit, slightly outside of my normal technique for entry, but at least got some room to play around now with some more experimental types of trades, if you like. And that's it. If things don't, work out, that I've got enough of a trading history of trading consistently at the same type of approach that I can fall back on. That's where those videos come in helpful. If I start doing something different in my approach, and there's a massive losing streak and continuously losing money, it's fundamentally because either something's changed in the approach that I've taken, and maybe haven't taken note of that, or maybe the markets have changed, the drivers behind the different types of races, maybe that's caused a losing streak. But the point is, by videoing them, I can document that progress. So if something starts going wrong, something continuous losing appears in my trading statements, then something's changed. So I've got that luxury of being able to look back and see what was working, and then default back to that if things go tits up. But yeah, I think at points it's important to just try different things, but only after getting some consistency at doing one thing for a period of time. So this might be worth going a bit more aggressive on. It looks like it could be eking past its highs. Oh, might be a bit too late on that. Putain. See, it did stay at that price for a long time. It's eked a little bit higher, showing a bit more bullishness. So put in an order for something a bit more aggressive, nearer to the money. 7.6. Do I really want to? That is super aggressive, but hey, I'm gonna deal with the fallout if that happens. Just want to test how quickly it might get accepted. Okay, so it has been filled. Let me cancel those now, reluctantly. See if I can add to the position. In fact, I'm going to move this down just so I can get, so ideally I don't want to get flat on this immediately. What I want to do is add to the position. Oh, actually there's a decent price there. So I want to so I'm trying to get Q position on this, which is why, okay, let me just concentrate here. 7.2, take out one of those. £20 net stake. So 13 minutes or so to the off. Just trying to add to this position so it will be a £30 net stake, which is quite a heavy position for these odds. and my bank. Let me get position on that one. Still reason to be bullish on this. It's coming back into 7 point whatever it is, 7.4, and finding support, which is good, but you know, just gotta see how it materializes really. Surprisingly low volume, but to be honest, this, even though it's been low volume, it's been okay to trade at these stakes. That's why, you know, sometimes it's worth not just immediately discounting something just because it's you know, lower stakes. So getting filled on that position there. 28, so that's 30. 25. It's coming back down, pulling back into its support, so that's good. But what I need now is for that to maintain a support and for it to start to show some signs of bullishness and you know, attack its highs again. To be honest, I could be a bit more aggressive on this profit potential, but yeah, let's leave it as is for now. So seeing this hold up as support, want to see this push higher to allow me to, you know, exit. And this is coming in, that could help. It's coming in quite sharply, breaking new lows by looks of it, all-time lows. So that's at least giving me some context to stay in this long. But no, it's started to reverse on me. So let me just revise my profit expectations slightly. All is not lost yet because it's still finding support at sevens, but you know, just need to, as I always say, listen to what's going on and react accordingly. So I'm just thinking now, okay, if this was to punch higher, how much higher could it go? Probably to its resistance, which is, you know, where you know, these highs were, but has it got legs to really punch much higher? At this point, you know, it could do, but just trying to play defense so that I'm, you know, preserving that capital as much as possible. So it has pulled back, it's come in to support these lows here. Can't see it a snapshot what this has been doing, but it still looks like it's been bearish, you know, overall, obviously looking at the ladder and the advanced chart. But yeah, running out of time on this one, 8 minutes to go. Do I want to hold on to this for much longer? Okay, that's good. it's just coming in so hard. That must see something else go out. Okay, yeah, so definitely could have held up for a bit more profit, but this here was coming in very strong. Let me just green that up before it goes much higher. Wow, that's an odd greening. What's going on there? 60, 57 or 87 on this. Yeah, I'm going to leave that as is. So the way this is green, because I think there was a quite sharp move in the market, it's put more on this one than any others. But I could equalize that profit, 61p across all the outcomes. But to be honest, I mean, might as well just leave it as is, because, you know, if that one comes in for the sake of 4p on the other ones, the return looks to be better on that one, or would be better on that. So there's no point really equalizing that just for the sake of 4p versus an extra, you know, 30 or whatever that might be. So I'll leave that as is and move on. So yeah, the volume on these races have been all right actually for a Sunday. Don't want to jinx it, but yeah. They don't go as late today though. I think it finishes at about 5, whereas in a week it's about 8. So whereas sometimes I might just you know, take a break and then come back in the evening and trade, or afternoon, late afternoon, that's probably not going to be an option today. But anyway, got a favourite here at 4s, 20 minutes to off, 46 grand match, tight book, good. Favourite here coming into its highs. You know, it's been drifting, looking to break that resistance potentially. Oh, it already has. So that's going to be 4.8, I'm guessing. This here, very strong support, so break lower of that, 4.5. Could be of interest. This here has been steaming. Okay. Can't be too hasty here, but I mean, there's cursory glance. There are quite a few things that are interesting. I'm feeling to get long on this. Okay, let me see if I can. Breaking 6s is shit. It's just too much opportunity here almost. Just don't want to end up getting whipsawed though by making a silly unnecessary loss. But yeah, short, long, short. Moved out the money. Okay, so what I've got matched on this one, £15 skin in a game. Again, where this one's still in, so doubling my risk, halving my attention. I mean, it's okay. You can take these risks, but I mean, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not adverse to doing these things where I'm, you know, taking multiple positions. But my point is just be aware of what you're doing, and the buck lies with you. So if it all goes tits up, got yourself to blame. So got filled on this one and also filled on this one as well. Just going to reduce that there. So 15 to lay off. So multi-positions at the moment. Got a decent position on this, but you know, got to be aware that that could just move off. 15 minutes 50 seconds to off. Ugh, it's giving me a headache trying to concentrate because I'm thinking of how this is can move. You know, because I'm bullish on one, bearish on the other. Definitely more profit potential, but just can do your head in just thinking of all the different things that you're trying to achieve. So I'm flat on that one now. So let me just focus on this one. How strong has that been? 4.7. Been pretty strong. 106 and 176. All right, 14 minutes to go. Got some green. Getting filled on that one. Oof. It's tricky. Don't want it. Need that to fill. Don't want this to move off of me because it would put me in a nasty position. But it's £25 match there. How do I feel about this moving higher? All right, I'm going to position this here. There's not much advantage on that Q position, so I'll cancel that and just wait and see now. So we've got 13 minutes 45 seconds, £30 net stake. Overall still bullish on this, just considering this as a pullback. Bearishness on this is maintained, but 4.7 looks like it's been holding as support so far, but you know, if that breaks, so this level here, these previous highs, this is held strong because these were, you know, had trouble moving through it previously. It's come back into it now and it's finding support. But certainly a break of that support much lower than 4.7 is likely to see the price, you know, run down. But you know, I'm anticipating it could bounce here and move higher, which is why I have my positions in that where they are. But let's see how that pans out. $12 minutes 40 seconds to the off. So it's breaking 4.7. Not a good look. Not disastrous either. Hmm. .5. Okay. This isn't particularly good. The way this is rolled over, you know, pierced this previous little bit of resistance it was seeing there, and you know, rolled over to tick up to potentially challenge these highs, but it's not really a reversal just yet. And this support has held quite, and support isn't always an exact number. It can be just a range. So this has gone into 4.5s now. It's still maintaining thereabouts at 4.5, and the overall structure, if you like, of this price action is still quite bullish. Higher lows, higher highs. But yeah, it's a mixed bag of trying to be patient in terms of, you know, not dumping the position unnecessarily, but also, you know, waiting, you know, so not dumping it and waiting for the market to potentially go back in favor, but also not, you know, letting it run away on you either. But there's still good reason at least to maintain for now. Of course that can change in a blink of an eye. 10 minutes left till the off. This is better now. This is now approaching its lows again. So a break of that much lower. This is near its lows as well. So this punching lower could see some bullishness return to this. There's a break on these. .3. That's turning very bearish now. So this is potentially turning bullish. Not good signs. 8.5 minutes to go. Coming back into 4.5, so it could be finding resistance off of that. really listening to what's going on here, because you can see the price now has just been making lower lows, lower highs, finding resistance at 4.5. It's bearish. I'm still trying to hold out for a bullish reversal. So need to take it on the chin before it, take a small loss before, or a relatively small loss before things get out of control. There's 6 minutes left here. Reluctantly taking out the position. Another big loss, but I mean, it's to be expected. I'm trading more aggressively here, so I'm just trying to find a point between playing a defensive game and going in harder for more profits, more aggressively. But yeah, that's another loss. So let's just see what we're on the day. So 130, 145. Okay. So just going to go over P&L. I think I've still got some stuff to settle. No, okay. So started the day with ATP
This
profit.
event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So start with ATP profit, then a £7.35 loss, 93p profit, 56p profit, 87p profit, and now a £2, let's call it £2.92 loss. So overall, get a calculator for that. Take away, no, add 292, £7.11 down on the day. Again, it's it's perspective. It's not something can't be recovered from. It's only a small percentage of the bank, but still room for improvement. But yeah, continue at least for now and see how I can deal with this going forward. Obviously try not to chase on those losses. At any point I'm happy to stop on the day and call it a day, but I just feel at the moment it's not time for that yet. So we've got a favourite here at almost odds on, slight drift on it. Second favourite at threes, coming into support here. It's near its lows. But what's that low going to be? So 3 point, what's that? I guess 3.1. Really? All right. Oh. Okay, this might be interesting to be long on. Let's just have a look. Everything else here is moving. Wait, let's just reorder. Those two are the same. This one's drifting. This one's drifting. Does feel like this one's drifting. Obviously these ones are coming in. 12.5. It's just ticked above it, hasn't it? So might be a bit too preemptive, but seeing this, just using the advanced chart now to get better readings, seeing it just punch above those twos there, Just trying to get on the back of that as that bullishness could continue. Got some skin in the game. 15 quid. Mm, 16 minutes and a half. Right. Try and add to this here. Good key position on that. 25 net. Starting to find a support there. This does look like it's creeping still bullishly higher past its previous highs. But you know, just need to be careful. That's just not resistance it's going into. Just hold up on that. 10, 20. No reason to panic just yet, because it is still bullish. It's just pulling back in terms of, you know, a retrace before potentially moving higher. But just need to keep my wits about me in case there's reversals instead. This isn't helping me, but as it goes, this goes into resistance. Could see this move down lower again. Oh, big chunk of money there. That's not going to help the situation. We'll see if it evaporates. If it's real, then obviously, you know, might see it being moved down. So if this goes back into twos, what you'd want to see is obviously that money be taken. But if they, you know, remove it at twos, it's you know, could be fake. Or the other thing is, once it disappears, you can see the price run up. So, okay, so it's at it. It's stayed there, so it looks like it's real. Which is pushing this down. The thing is, if they start to move, you know, move this money down to try and get it matched as well, that could see the price run down. But you can see every time it goes back into twos, there's money jumping in front of it, which is causing it to keep on pushing down slightly. It's going to be a roadblock. The thing is, what happens when that disappears if it doesn't continue to push down? So it's been moved. Could be this amount here, or part of it being moved down. Okay, that is coming in. Let's get some Q position, shall we? Ugh. I think concentration is definitely going on this. Like, I'm just, not paying attention to what's really going on here. So these, it's starting to reverse, move away from its highs at twos. And we got 11 minutes. Still seeing the bearishness on this. So it's gone into this previous low here. If it slices past that, that's going to be an issue. Oh, big chunks of money. All right. Definitely not trading well today. So, Mios Dios. Let's taking some of that position out at a loss. I mean, these, they have a tendency just to run up again anyway, but I just feel my concentration is fucked at the moment. Not trading well at all. So that's another loss incurred on the day. Just going to take one last look over this just to see what else there might be in terms of opportunity. Still got 9 minutes left. Ooh, do I really want to do that? So that's 3.6. So I'm seeing this break its resistance. Just trying to keep my risk in check, or at least, similar to what I've been doing on the other ones. And cautious of the time as well. But yeah, this is warts and all, man. You got to see the wins are still as much as the losses, which is, I think, not enough people do that, or don't admit to it. Just pretend, yeah, it's all good when there are ups and downs. 8 minutes. Oh, late to the party on this one as well. So right on direction, wrong on execution. This is just coming in hard, which is, I mean, it's, oh shit, I should have greened earlier on that as well. Fuck, it's at ones. So you can see as, or redded on this, you can see as it's coming in, it's increasing the, it would increase the profit or loss, in this instance a loss. So as this has moved down, because it's quite low odds, each tick is actually going to be worth more. So I've let this come in from like, what was it, at 1.9, where it would have been around a 255 loss, to 318 now. Sailor V. So let me just see if I can manage this to get a slightly lesser loss. Whoa, poor play. Poor play. Let me just have a look at the next one and make a decision as whether I'm going to continue. Let's have a look at the P&L today. It's not going to be good. So what have I got to... 282. Okay. Yeah, so that's so I'll go through the P&L. So a profit of 80p, a loss of £7.35, profit of 93p, 56p profit, 87p profit, £2.90 loss, and then whatever that last one was, what was that, £2.82. So that puts me at 282. That's 709. £9.91 loss on the day, which, you know, it's a big loss in the scheme of things. But I fundamentally today have been trading very differently to what you would have seen in the previous videos. So that's something really to look at. The entries have been more aggressive. I've been holding out for positions for longer, so there have been changes in the approach, but that's just something really to look back on. Again, that's the beauty of doing low stakes. I mean, a tenner, it's a pretty cheap lesson. So yeah, what I'm going to do is stop for today, be back again tomorrow to have at it then, and just try and take on board some of the lessons from today, and try and put that into practice going forward. But thank you for watching again. Hope you've enjoyed watching me lose money, but hopefully going forward that's going to reverse and start seeing some returns from the lessons learned. But thanks for watching, and I'll be again back here tomorrow on Twitch around midday, and then upload again to YouTube not long after. Take care, bye, see you tomorrow.